Dynasty Warriors has always been like the mashed potatoes and gravy of video games. You know, it's not overly complex, but it's satisfying. It's something that everyone can enjoy. You just fire it up and you see how they're going to pronounce people's names in this game. You see which guy they turned into a femboy this time around, and then you turn into a Tesla Cybertruck, killing hundreds of people while on autopilot. 4, 5, and 6 were good. 8 was fucking brain dead. 9 was gimmicky. But they decided this time around they're gonna do something different. You see, they said, what if we made it so this time, if you mash buttons at the wrong time, you get a guandao shoved up your ass? Now this is different from their usual formula. I remember in Dynasty Warriors 6, which was the last one I actually enjoyed, I didn't even use the block button. I just kind of ran around, running between attacks and mindlessly swinging. Kind of like the average greatsword user in Mordhau. But I found out when I fired up the demo for Dynasty Warriors Origins that no longer works. Now don't worry, old school fans, there are still plenty of opportunities to monkey mash. When you're killing regular, run-of-the-mill soldiers, you can still mash your way through them. And actually, there are abilities that help you do this even more effectively. But when you're fighting officers, this time around, they took some inspiration for Sekiro, because you play as an Asian guy with the sword. No, but actually, there is now a dodge, there is a parry mechanic, and you can use the parry mechanic to actually posture break your opponents for critical hits. Now this becomes crucial because against officers, you cannot just spam attacks. They have attacks with hyper armor that will punish you for that almost constantly if you try to fight them like it's still Dynasty Warriors 6. You can even lock onto them now. So both the player and the enemies are more powerful. And this results in the first Dynasty Warriors game that has really technical kind of combat. Now, it's not a super hard game, but you notice that instead of being the straight up power fantasy that the previous games have been, that this is more of the kind of power fantasy where you feel like you've earned that power. Because not only do they punish you if you just mash, but you have more tools to prevent them from punishing you. You see, some things you can hit them with a parry to stagger them and break their posture. Some attacks you have to use a special attack to counter. But if you don't have any, whatever the fuck they call it, to use special attacks when you see them winding up one of these special attacks, you can always just dodge out of the way. And it even has a perfect dodge, kind of like Nier Automata. The tactical aspects are also back. It now actually matters how many men you allow to die on your side. It's no longer you just kill everyone yourself. You're actually a commander now. And you actually have a few tactics you can command your men to use if you have enough by you. Of course, they have a cooldown. You're not just going to send in your men and not do anything yourself. That's against the very spirit of the entire series. But I like how it actually matters now. And you know, after I thought I was too grown up to enjoy this series anymore, Dynasty Warriors Origins really took me back to appreciating the series. This also supposedly has RPG mechanics. I don't know, they don't really go into that in the demo, and the game doesn't come out until tomorrow. I could have gotten it early, okay? If I had paid $20 extra, I could have gotten the deluxe edition that gave me access 3 days earlier. But if you're the kind of guy who pays $20 extra just to get access to a game 3 days early, you have the same level of impulse control as Bossman Jack. So I will not be doing that. However, this game is slick, dude. Like, you can be in the middle of mashing out a combo. You can see an officer is getting ready to wind up his big hit, and you can actually cancel out of an attack to parry him, and he goes flying back. Then you can hit him with a counter hit, start a combo, Dude, it is so satisfying. This is so much more than anything the series has had before. And Lu Bu actually feels like a proper boss this time. Oh yeah, and they brought dueling back. This is like the duels from Dynasty Warriors 4, except this time instead of it just relying on your health bar, there's, I don't know what the game is going to call it, but it's almost like a momentum meter. There's a bar at the top of the screen, and it shows who's winning by who has landed more attacks. And I assume it's possible for one person to win with a timeout victory. I don't know if that is possible or not, because I always just smash these guys. Dueling 1v1 is pretty easy, except, as I've said, in this demo against Lu Bu, who now fights like a fucking Dark Souls 3 boss. And I'm not complaining. Like, it took me, my first time I fought Lu Bu, it probably took me about 20 attempts to beat him. But I wasn't even getting that mad. I was just impressed that Dynasty Warriors could pull this off, because he has this annoying ass choke slam now that almost one-shots you. I don't have footage of that because I'm fast as fuck and he couldn't catch me. But, like, this is a game where it truly feels skill-based. And I guess Dynasty Warriors has always been somewhat skill-based, but you know what I mean with this time around. It's a different type of game. You have to use timing and reflexes a lot more. If, like me, you have grown bored of the Dynasty Warriors formula, perhaps even a little disillusioned with their last two ill-advised, gimmicky games, then this will make a great point for you to jump back into the series. I plan on buying this game once it comes out. I'm gonna jump right into it. Like I said, I won't be buying the deluxe edition for $20 more just to play it early, but that's more of a matter of I just don't do that kind of thing. If you're more impatient, then this would be worth buying that for, but you probably won't see this until it's already out anyway. But yeah, this game is, it has a little something for older fans, and it has a little something for newer fans who, they like a little bit more of the Sekiro or Sifu style of combat where there's a little more give and take to it. I would definitely recommend this. I rushed to make this review, like I didn't even write a script for this, I don't know if you can tell, but I rushed to make this because you really gotta play this game. This is, I never would have believed that Dynasty fucking Warriors could dial in this much. I got used to it being the game being like, look how many ways we can use this same tired old engine. But that's not what they're doing this time. They decided this time we're gonna do the real shit.